this is Jeremy Windemuller, the trial manager here at Walters Gardens, and today we're going to talk about how to plant and grow Baptisia. Walters Gardens offers Baptisias in two different sizes. We offer a 72 count plug and a grade 1 bare root plant. We're going to first talk about how to plant these properly. And I've seen several different ways that people have planted these in the past, and they have not always ended up with good results. So when you're starting with a 72 count plug, that is the best option for a early summer planting in the Midwest. It's like here in Michigan, we recommend planting something like this at the end of May, early June, growing it for the entire season and selling it the following spring. Now when planting a plug like this, we recommend getting the plant slightly below the soil line, or the crown slightly below the soil line, because that will help develop more eyes for the following spring, which will end up turning into a fuller looking plant when forced. Now as far as bare root goes, we recommend this as a spring planting option. We grow these for 1.5 years in our fields to ensure a nice full plant for you. And as you see here, this is how you would receive a plant. And you can see how long the roots are. They wouldn't really fit in this pot real well. So what I would recommend doing is getting a nice sharp pruners like this bypass pruners here and trimming them to the length required to fit in your container. So what we recommend once trimmed is getting these eyes slightly below the soil line again. I see a lot of growers that will plant the crown above the soil line like this, and what happens is a lot of these eyes will dry out and not form into branches. So you end up with a plant that will probably not perform very well or even die out. So make sure that you get them like this here. You see just a couple of the taller eyes just slightly emerging from the soil line here. And you want to make sure that you get the soil underneath the root structure as well. Don't leave any air pockets. As far as finishing times go, bare root plants planted in spring will finish in roughly 8 weeks at 55 to 60 degrees. And you can also keep the height in control using a PGR. And we recommend to apply that PGR when the height of the plant is roughly 6 inches. And you want to use a drench of around 6 to 10 parts per million of bonsai. We find that works very well to keep the plants under control. We also recommend, again, keep these in cooler temperatures. Growing them under warm temperatures will cause them to grow way too fast, and you will not end up with a good quality plant. Baptisia planted from plugs in the early summer will often grow quite large and actually will grow kind of flat. They won't have the nice upright appearance like you see here on these finished Baptisias. They don't get this growth habit until they've been fully vernalized. So if you need to trim back the plant to the outer edge of the pot just to keep things tidy in the nursery, go ahead and do so. But there's one thing to remember with Baptisia: never ever pinch a Baptisia that has been vernalized and that is going to go into flower, as you'll remove the flowers and you'll not have any flowers that season. Summer planted Baptisias will require a vernalization of 8 to 10 weeks at temperatures of 35 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit in order to flower the following season. Bare root plants have already been vernalized in our fields before they're shipped to you, so you do not need to worry about vernalization with those. Baptisia require a lot of light, so we'd recommend under clear poly or directly outdoors. Growing them under low light levels will result in a real soft looking, real sparse looking plant. We do recommend watering in the plant very thoroughly at transplant to eliminate any air pockets that might be around the bare root plant or around the plug, as that can become detrimental to the plant as it grows. As far as moisture throughout the production cycle, we recommend keeping them moderately moist, and you can allow them to become slightly dry before the next irrigation cycle. A pH of 5.8 to 6.5 is the recommended and desired area to be in for the pH level. EC level of 1.5 to 2.5 using the pour-through method as well. Baptisias are light to moderate feeders, so use a liquid feed of around 100 to 150 parts per million nitrogen. Otherwise, you can use a slow-release fertilizer at a moderate rate. Baptisias are generally pest and disease-free. but we recommend to scout as necessary and treat as necessary. We hope you're able to take these tips and apply them to your production with Baptisias and to grow a wonderful crop for the upcoming season.